Here we go. It's mostly up, but let's see what the tracks look like. Another day, another project. So we got the skid steer back out here. We got a bucket and some forks because we have all that sheathing up at the front that I don't want to have to lug down there by hand. So we'll use the forks and bring that down. And really the bigger reason we got this out here is because of this mess here. So we're sick of driving through this mud every time it rains. We just got like a half an inch, just over half an inch of rain the other day. And to get out, we just have to go through this, and it gets the Jeep filthy and it's just not fun. So we're supposed to get a bunch of rain this week. So we decided to just get the skid steer out here. We don't have it very long, we just have it for the weekend. But I'm gonna get this graded, and then I'm gonna put some gravel down so that we'll park the Jeep like in front of the garage space over there, not in front of the RV where we typically park it, just to keep it on the gravel and kind of keep it a little bit cleaner. So I'm gonna get this graded, and then I'm gonna pull some gravel from inside the house site, because we do have gravel back there by the end of the driveway, but I'm gonna pull some from in there because we have to dig down for the plumbing anyway, which I'll use the trencher, but it'll just be easier if it has a little bit less gravel. So just gonna pull a little bit of gravel from in there. This gravel is all gonna get buried eventually anyway when we do the final grade. It's all gonna come up a little bit, so it'll end up just getting buried. So I don't want to waste the good stuff up there. I'll just pull from inside the house, and that'll work. So we'll get this skid steer fired up, and then we'll work our way down. We did fill in a little bit here, but it needs a lot. So basically you're just gonna drag the bucket over, kind of fill in some of the big ruts. And I'm not gonna do everything like over there. There's no point in doing all that because it's just gonna be a muddy mess, especially with more rain. So some of this in here I'll try to get, but really we just want a nice path in, follow the driveway from out there all the way into kind of where the garage is. Most of it will just be 1 car length wide, but then up there I'm gonna do 2 pads because I want to park the trailer up there as well, so that's out of the mud. So we'll get this fired up and we'll get started. All right, I got a decent, super muddy out here still, so it's really hard to get it perfect, but it's decently flat. I got a nice slope into this last bay here and then into the first bay. So I do have to level this out a little bit in here because I'm going to stack all the sheathing in the garage. Actually, probably stack some in the house too. Probably do half in the garage and half in the house so that it's easier to get to. And then when we do the walls and the roof, it won't be as bad. So I'll come in here and just scrape this a little bit, get it flat, and then my plan is to get a nice angle into the garage so that when we get the sheathing up, I can park the trailer and the Jeep inside the garage, just so it's out of the weather and kind of covered up a little bit, and then we just pull it out nice and easy. So I do have a mound right here, so I'll move this stuff. I'll come in here and I should be able to just back scrape this a little bit. And then this rock is actually packed down a lot since we first put it in with all the rain and stuff we got. So it tore it up a little bit where I turned around, but really not that bad. So I'll just kind of come in at an angle and drag this. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat yet because it's not our final grade. Once we do the final grade, I'll have crusher run on it and it'll be a little bit easier. So so we'll come in here, we'll get this scraped, and then we can put a little bit of gravel out front. I don't want to put a ton out front until I'm done with the skid steer because it's going to just tear it up with turning and stuff. So what I'll probably end up doing is doing actually, I'm probably not even going to put anything down right now. I might go get the plywood, bring that in here. I'll do the grade in here, and then bring the plywood in, and then afterwards, as I'm backing out, I can do my gravel so that I don't tear it up, and then I'll bring the compactor out and I'll compact everything, so it'll be fine for the vehicles. And I don't want to, I'm going to try to avoid driving over it with the skid steer because that's going to just tear it up. So it's still a little soft in some of this, so I'll try to pack it down as I come back out, but we'll do inside the garage right now. All right, this first one should be no problem, but judging by the weights on these and the weights on the skids here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick up one of these pallets. I think these are around 4,000 pounds, and I think I might need to do 3,000 of them. We're going to see if it'll do it, because we don't have to lift it very high, and I would prefer not to have to unload half of these by hand. All right, the skid steer was about tapped out with the 64 sheets, and this one right here is 64 sheets plus, I think, 22, so 86 sheets, 85 sheets, something like that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it off the ground, but I guess here goes nothing. We'll find out. All right, here we go. Mostly up, but let's see what the tracks look like. I think they're off the ground. All right, so no chance it's gonna work. The tracks were way off the ground. You can kind of see here it then ended up digging in. So I'll take off 27 sheets. I think for the back roof, I need I want to say I need 80 sheets for the whole house roof, so I'll probably end up just leaving the 64 sheets that are bundled together, and then I can carry that bundle around the back, and this small bundle we'll put in the front with the last one that we just put up there, and then I don't know, I might put the I think I might put the other one up there too. We'll see, decide in the next 5 minutes. I'll unload this by hand and put it on the skid steer, and then I'll figure it out. All right, got 2 bunks. Well, it's like a partial bunk. I think it's got 30 sheets, and then a 64. That should be enough for the garage, or close to it, for the roof and for the walls. I put one here in the front. That should be for the front wall. The front wall and the whatever we could use on the roof. And then I got 2 more bunks that I'm going to put inside of, well, no. I was going to put inside the house, and I just realized my doorway is only 83 inches, and those are 96. So not going inside the house. I guess I'll put them outside the house somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where. Because I probably put them, got a flat spot right there. I was gonna put all that lumber inside the house. I'm just trying to clean up the yard and try to prevent myself from having to walk through all this mud when it rains. So I was trying to make it easier. All the extra lumber that I have, it's not that much. I'm gonna put in the house in that front corner because there's no plumbing up there. So whatever we don't use will be out of the way. And then we got some back here, some 2x4s, which I'll probably just leave those for now, because we're not going to do the porch yet. We'll do the porches after we do the sheathing, and we'll need some of those 2x. So I guess I got to figure out a spot for these other 2 bundles of sheathing, because like I said, I was going to put it inside the house, and I'm not going to do that now because it's not going to fit. It'll fit shorter ways, but that skid steer is maxed out. The back end didn't show it, but the back end is kind of lifting up when I'm driving with those big bunks. So the less crazy stuff I have to do, the better. I'll probably just end up putting them right here off to the side, and then that way when we have to get to the back, we can just walk through the house, and it won't be that bad. I might put one around the back of the house. That'll probably be easier. And then I'll put one here in the front. But before I move this wood inside the house, I want to scrape some gravel and do the driveway pad. So I'm not sure which way I want to drive around and tear up. I might just come this way. Is kind of soft versus the other way, especially with that big load of lumber sheathing. So we'll figure it out, see which way I want to go, and we'll get this moved. All right, got all the sheathing moved. I'm gonna drop the forks now, I think, and go get a bucket, or go get the bucket, and then try to put some gravel in front of the garage. We'll have to get all those pieces of sheathing covered, but I think I got everything done that I want to get done for now with the forks. So it doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, it's not final grade, but we just want a pad here so that we can park the car and the trailer. So we'll go these 3 bays wide, which is what's the garage, 40 feet. So this will all get even out to here. We'll eventually get gravel. It'll start sloping down right at the corner. We'll go straight out, and then it'll start sloping down into that little valley where all the water runs, and then same thing behind me, up to the top of the post, and then it'll get graded down so that we can have the water run away from the house. But for now, just trying to get something where we don't have to drive through the mud so much. So we do have a lot of gravel inside the house. It's pretty squishy in some spots, like right there where I just walked. It's pretty squishy, so this side will probably take more. Up here, it's not that bad. It's pretty, just walking on it. It's slippery because it's muddy, but it's not super soft, so it'll take a lot less up here. But we're gonna go ahead and get some gravel laid down here, and then we'll work our way out. I'm just gonna do 1 car length for the driveway for now, because like I said, this will all get eventually this will all get covered up. But there's that big mud hole right there, which I'm debating. I may end up digging that out with the excavator and then putting a culvert in there and then going over top of it. That'll kind of keep it in the future from getting squished in and getting super muddy. So kind of flows right all the way down there. So I may put a culvert in the whole way, but I'd have to get enough slope and build it up. So we'll see. That'll be in the future, but at least now get something where we're not mud bogging on the way out of here, because it's getting pretty annoying doing that every time. So I'll get a couple more loads and see how this thing looks. got a good bit. Gravel moved. Is in that little valley right there, man. It is so soft. So I think what I'm gonna do is, it's a little soft here, is get the compactor out and go over this whole thing and kind of see where we need more. I'm not trying to do final driveway yet, so I don't want to waste a ton of gravel. I already pulled quite a bit from inside the house and from the pile at the front, so we just kind of want something that we're not going to destroy the vehicles coming in and out. Not destroy them, but get them all muddy. So this should be good enough. I might need a little bit here and there, but I'm gonna get the compactor. We'll run that. That'll probably take me an hour or so, and then we'll see what it looks like. See where else we need some dirt, and then if we're, or not dirt, some rock. We have plenty of dirt. And then we'll go in, and where I pulled from the house, we'll kind of level that all out so it's a little bit easier and doesn't fill with water. A little bit easier when we go to run the trencher. So get the compactor and we'll do that. All right, well, it's not perfect, but we got the Jeep and the trailer parked over here. It's still kind of soft underneath the gravel, so I'm hoping that it dries out. It's not supposed to rain now until, I don't know, middle of this coming week. So hopefully it's give it some time to dry out, and then I can compact it with the plate compactor, because all that mud and stuff is just not good for the plate compactor. It won't go forward. So it's kind of tough to use that right now. So we got enough for the trailer and the Jeep. That's kind of what we wanted this for. And then you can see just kind of meets up. So it's not the greatest, but it'll keep it mostly clean for the time being. We got this kind of graded and leveled back out enough that we can walk in it and not trip in big holes. So we should be good to go to move on. So we got all the plywood in, which I'll have to get that covered so that it doesn't get all wet. It's probably where we want this video. Just something different, moving stuff around and temporary grading. I really can't wait till things dry out and we get the final driveway in and final grade and can start working on the inside. So hopefully April we can get, that's kind of my goal, to have everything done and ready for concrete, get concrete poured, but we'll have to do final grade before then. So that's my goal, at least. I'm still trying to get it done. Still trying to get this dried in before the end of the month. I got 7 days left, I think. So it's possible. It's just a lot of work. So we'll leave this one. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video.